Hey guys, where you been? Wait, you're asking me that, right? Well, I haven't been in my garden. This is last year's stuff. Look at the weeds. Weeds. Old beans. Weeds. I don't even know what this is, but I can tell you that this is full of seeds, so I gotta cut it down. My hoop house is a mess. 2 kids, 2 and under, are really hard, in case you didn't know. And thought I'd come out here and see how things were going. What's even more sad is what's going on outside of the hoop house. Well, I don't know if it's more sad, but very disappointing. There's okra from last year. I saw something green, thought maybe I had volunteers. Yeah, volunteer weeds. Aren't those lovely? Those are more than 5 feet tall down there. Those. Here's where I'm really heartbroken. Weeds. Weeds. More weeds. Lots and lots and lots and lots of weeds. However, this is kind of fun. I had some onions go to seed. And check that out. That should have been asparagus. If I watered it, it probably would come back, but we didn't water this year. I can't keep up with it. Hubs has been working a lot this summer, and look at the weeds. I don't even know how I'm going to get rid of them all, because this is the back half of the acre, so it's basically half an acre of weeds. So, yeah, if you know anybody with equipment that rents cheap, I got work to do. So, and it's really hard to do with a toddler and a 10-month-old. But I've got onion seeds, so that's cool. Look at my poor plastic on my hoop house. I believe this is year 4, and it was 4-year plastic. They meant it. I am gonna tell you something about hoop houses. Once you put plastic on, if you don't take it off for the high heat of summer, it does horrible. The last 2 or 3 years, I've been wondering why my yield has been horrible. And even with the shade cloth, it's been much hotter. Oh, look at that hair. That is, oh, look, hoop house stuff. So, before, the first year we built the hoop house, or I built the hoop house, I put shade cloth in there, 60% I believe, or 40%. And it was so much cooler. You could feel a noticeable difference. And you're like, okay, cool. I can see why tomatoes flourish in this. And that year I had amazing yield of tomatoes. And everything was great. Everything was lovely. And then the year that I didn't, so at the end of that year, that's when the plastic went on, was in September, because we always have a freeze in September. Put the plastic on in September, and it was fine. Well, fast forward to the next year, I left the plastic on all winter. Used it for the start of grow season, because we always have a freeze in June, or 2. We have 1 or 2 freezes in June. And yeah, I left it for that. Well, I didn't take it off. Bad yield. Hardly any tomatoes, hardly any flowers. It was too hot for flowers. It was too hot for them to set, and didn't catch on. I got a few eggplants. I got a few of this. I got a few of that. But considering how many plants I had in here, I should have had vegetables coming, or fruit coming out of my ears is what I should have had. Hi, baby. What's up, love? Oh. Yeah, that's mommy's baby. If you guys want to see how big the little one's gotten, here he is. Wearing a beanie I made him when he was just born, and deciding that it should totally fit him right now. and in the heat of summer. So, Billy, can you look at Mama's phone? We found blackberries. Can you tell? Hi, babies. What? You got stuff on your face, huh? So, yeah. So, the turnaround that year was horrible. It was not great. And I was like, well, what's wrong? Didn't even occur to me. The amount of bees that got trapped in that wood, between the wiggle wire and the wood, and in the plastic that died in here, was heartbreaking. I don't know how many bees died in here. Thousands, probably, over the last 3 years that this has been up through summer. Did you find a basket? You may have the basket. You can have it. Mommy says yes. So, next year, obviously, I don't have plastic. I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy plastic before next year. You got a light? Be careful, baby. That's owies. That'll give you owies. You see, it's sharp, huh? Can you put that back in the dirt, please? You're such a good helper. Thank you. And, so the plastic's coming off before next year. We opted not to have a garden this year because it's just too much. Like, I'm only one person. My husband's gone for 36 to 48 hours at a time. And it's just me and the boys. And the boys are enough work as it is. So hopefully next year, when Billy's a little more coordinated and my older one is a little more coordinated, then he'll be out here enjoying it or goofing off. And this one is almost walking. Right. What do you see? Hi. What are you doing? Boo. 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 He's almost walking, so I think I will have 2 little sets of hands in the garden with me next year. That said, all this is going to come out. I have wood to build more garden beds for next year. And that's the plan. My husband said, hey, if we don't do a garden this year, then here's what I want to do. I want to get it set up, fenced in, everything, dogs out, water lines fixed, because some of these drip lines have calcium buildup in them. And I have to CLR them and clean them out real good because I don't want CLR in my soil. And we got work to do. And I was keeping the weeds out right through here, and apparently I haven't been out here in like a month and a half, 2 months at least. And now it's just disappointing. So our apple tree has nothing. Our pear tree has nothing. Our blackberries, we got some blackberries. That's what we were just gobbling up. Like, oops, sorry. Purple hands. Did you like the blackberries? Yeah, they were over there, huh? Are you okay? No? Why not? So yeah, it's going to be a pretty sad year. Luckily, my neighbor across the street went on a diet. I don't know why. They're very active and very thin, but they're on a diet that's giving me their zucchinis, their squashes, and their eggplants. So we've been eating a lot of squash and a lot of eggplant. And you know, okay, here's the other thing I need to talk to you about. I don't think I'm going to do square foot next year. I don't. You know why? It's a whole lot of work, a whole lot of plants, and I didn't get very good return. I did the first year because, again, the plastic wasn't on the hoop house, so maybe that's my problem. I don't know. But my neighbor across the street has one eggplant plant of the Japanese, one of the regular eggplants, the one you find at the grocery store. They have one zucchini plant, one yellow zucchini, one Mexican zucchini, one of each of their plants. They have a few varieties of tomatoes. They just let them go. They don't trim them back. They don't over monitor them the way that I have been, and they're giving me so much yield. It's insane. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm doing this wrong. So I'm going to try a different method next year. Everything's trial and error, right? But they have maybe, let's see, 4 or 5 tomato plants. Yeah. Their yield is insane compared to ours. And they have so much that they give us some every year. Hi. Hi. What are you laughing at? You laughing at Big Brother? So, we'll see how I decide to do it next year, but as of right now, I'm kind of leaning towards 2 zucchinis, 2 of this, 2 of that. See how it goes. But anyways, I'm so long overdue for a check-in. I had someone recognize me at Big R. Big R, Tractor Supply in Reno, or Sparks. And I was super excited because it's never happened. So my friend in Virginia City, you should totally say hi again if you're watching. But yeah, this just isn't a year that I have the ability to balance my life enough to have a garden. And it's been super sad and super disappointing for me, but also very, I'm not insanely overwhelmed. I'm just partially overwhelmed. So my level of overwhelm is less than it would have been with my garden. So anyways, there it is. Sorry I've been MIA. I'm not getting rid of the channel. I'm not getting rid of stuff. I do have some conversations to have about being a mother at 41 and being a mother of 2 under 2. And I have some things that I'll probably put out about being a mom because that's the season I'm in right now. But the homesteading stuff will be back soon. Just not right this second. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.